Hey everybody, my name is Shawn. I'm a local dietitian here in Atlanta, Georgia. On our snack channel today, we are going to be putting together energy bites. Energy bites are one of my favorite snacks to put together. Also one of my athletes' favorite. Those who are watching this video who have made energy bites with me before, whether it was when we were in our workshops together or whether you made them at home with your family and friends, you all are gonna find out what the actual recipe is so you guys can continue to make those wherever you guys go. So first thing we want to start out with is obviously what ingredients are you going to need when you're going to the grocery store. Obviously go to the grocery store is going to be the one that's your favorite, close to you, the ones you like. Again, I always like to go to Aldi's, but the ingredients that I'm going to specifically need, one is going to be oatmeal. You can choose steel cut oats, you can choose the quick oats. I typically like the texture of the quick oats a little bit better. Some people like the steel cut. Again, it's really based off of your preference. Remember, these carbohydrates are gonna help provide us fuel and energy for our muscles and our brain and our body, which as an athlete, you don't need energy just parts of the day, you need energy the whole entire day. Whether that's for academics, whether that's for practice, lift, competition. You need energy all throughout the day so your energy is consistent. We don't want energy to be up and down like a roller coaster ride. Other thing we're gonna need is some type of dried fruit. Today I used dried cherries. You can use dried blueberries. You could use dried cranberries or any other dried fruit that you wanna throw in there. And then we're gonna need something to sweeten it. Today I'm gonna be using a local raw honey. And another option you could use, if you don't wanna use honey, you could use agave syrup too. And then we're gonna need something to bind it. So what I also have here is some peanut butter. Try to go with natural peanut butters as much as possible. Any of those peanut butters in the back of the ingredients labels that have hydrogenated oils, which essentially is a trans fat, you want to try to limit and avoid those peanut butter options. So when you're looking at the front of that peanut butter label, make sure it says natural peanut butter across from it. And then an additional thing that I'm gonna stick in is I have a little bit of chia seed and flax seed mix here. You can stick dark chocolate chips. You could use different nut butter, so you could use almond butter, cashew butter. Again, when you make these, there's a lot of different options of energy bites you can make. I've made lemon blueberry energy bites. I've made double dark chocolate energy bites. There's tons of different options, besides what I tell you, there's lots of things you can kind of mix and match and experiment with. So what are we gonna need from a serving size standpoint to put these together? So I have everything measured out already. First thing that we're gonna add is I have our oats here. So you have 2 cups of oats. You are gonna add 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds or flax seeds, or in this case, I have them mixed together. I also have my dried cherries. I have 1/4 cup of dried cherries. I have 1/2 cup of honey. And I'm just gonna leave that honey sitting in the bowl just because it takes a little bit of time for it to kind of come out of there because it's really sticky. And then I'm just gonna pop over here to the microwave real quick. The peanut butter, what I typically do is I put it on 30 seconds to 60 seconds to melt it. It makes it a lot easier to mix and to pour out when you're trying to put all the ingredients together. Again, you can also see I have a pretty large bowl, so that way I have enough space to mix the ingredients. So same thing, we're gonna pour that peanut butter in there. Again, I don't know too many people that don't like peanut butter. If you do have a nut allergy and you cannot have any type of nuts, Brazil nuts, peanuts, almonds, cashews, any of those things, the other alternative option you could do is sunflower butter. So sunflower butter is made out of sunflower seeds. So that way, if you do have that allergy, you can still make energy bites. Again, pretty much with any meal, any snack, there's always gonna be an alternative option to still be able to enjoy that with your friends or other athletes that you're doing this with. Now, you can see I have all the ingredients in here. I just kind of threw them all in together at one time. There's no particular order. And then I have my spoon here, and I'm just gonna start mixing these together. All right. When you first start mixing it, you're gonna be like, oh man, I don't think I have enough ingredients there. It doesn't look like it's gonna really bind very well. It's gonna take a couple minutes, so you really gotta continue to keep mixing. So that way all the ingredients start mixing together, and you're gonna see it's gonna start changing colors a little bit from you mixing that. The other thing to do, as you're getting ready while you're making these energy bites, as you can see I have right over here on my left-hand side, is I have a piece of parchment paper. I rarely use tinfoil anymore. I've pretty much switched to parchment paper for everything, especially if I'm doing stuff in the oven. Roasting vegetables, cooking meat, doing some sweet potato fries, whatever it is, because when you put them on this, one, doesn't get soggy, and then two, the other big plus is, it doesn't seep through and go onto the pan, so you have to wipe up the pan. It just makes the cleanup very easy, and it also makes it very easy to get it off the pan. A lot of times when you're cooking stuff in the oven, if you forget to spray, if you don't grease the pan, you're there scraping it, it's all burnt, and it doesn't come out the way you want to. So this is definitely a really good tip and a good option to try to swap over to. Okay. So just about done mixing. Couple things you can do here. If your peanut butter is very hot, I would recommend after you get it done in the microwave at 30-60 seconds, just give it a couple minutes to cool down. Because if you start immediately rolling these and immediately putting really hot peanut butter in there, your hands can get super sticky. So either you can let this rest, or what you could also do is you could put it in the refrigerator, cool it for maybe 5 minutes, and then that'll make the rolling process a lot easier. So I'm just gonna roll a couple for you just so you can see how I do it. I'm also not gonna go through every single one of these. No one wants the video for 10 minutes watching me rolling energy bites. So just get a small amount in your hand like this, okay? And you're gonna roll and cup your hands as so. And you're gonna roll in circles, all right? Boom, that took 2 seconds, a perfect little energy bite. Now, the reason why I roll that, a little bit of background is my brother and myself lived in a neighborhood that was very highly Italian influenced. 2 blocks from our house, we had what we call Little Italy Street. So homemade Italian bakery, pizza, Italian food, pretty much all of those things on that street, made a lot of their stuff from scratch. He worked in one of the Italian restaurants 2 blocks from us. So one of the things that was his job when he was younger and he was in that Italian restaurant is he had to figure out how to roll meatballs. So that was kind of the technique he used to roll meatballs. Still the technique I use, I learned from him, and that's transferred over into this snack right here. And that's how you make energy bites. If you have any questions or anything you want to comment on, go ahead and comment below. I have my link tree in the bio that has my podcast, that has my Instagram, YouTube channel, and my website, a variety of different other stuff there as well. I have one-on-one and a variety of different nutrition services available too. If you're also a company and want me to wear your shirt on one of my episodes, just hit me up in my email. We can get that figured out and we can spread the good word about your company. Appreciate y'all very much, and I hope this was a snack that you can try out today. And to kind of end this off again, snacking, you can snack before your workout in the morning. Snacking happens between breakfast and lunch and dinner, PM snacks. Again, we're trying to cut down those huge gaps of time in between your meals. A lot of times when we're snacking or we don't have a snack available and we go from lunch to dinner, it's been like 6 to 7 hours. Sometimes your energy levels can get really low. So this is something that's going to kind of cut that time in between and help pick your energy levels back up. But with the healthy fats and the protein, it's going to keep you satiated. But the combination of those things are going to help refuel and recover you. Appreciate y'all.